Good morning everybody, it's Peter here. Miserable, drizzly morning. We didn't get too badly wet this morning, so it's not too bad. In fact, I've just put a couple of my indoor plants out in the garden because I thought, oh, that's a little bit of drizzle, they'll get some nice on their leaves. So I've put my clivia, got a big clivia, which I have indoors. It's one of those, it's got these sort of strap leaves, and then it comes out as a big orange, great big orange flower. Beautiful. In fact, I mean, I've had this clivia many years. I only had a couple of flowers on it, so it's obviously not that clever. But I have an aspidistra, huge aspidistra. I was given it 25, 30 years ago by a neighbour. She said, I've got this plant, I'm breaking some of it up, I'll give you a bit. She didn't know what it was. So it's quite a big one. I have to have it in the bathroom because it's huge, it's all over the place. It always looks lovely in the summer because I put it in the garden, chuck it out in the garden, not in the garden, it's in its pot in the garden somewhere. But it does get a bit moth-eaten, so it comes in for the winter. I'll just put it outside to get some nice bit of rain on its leaves. So that's a good thing I've done. Just remember to bring them in though tonight, otherwise they're going to get frosted and they'll be dead. So I had a quick look at the orchid and that seems to be fine. Hoping that will live through it. Didn't have a good day yesterday. Battery on the watch went. So until I can get down to a shop where I can get the new battery, that's that. So I went foraging for my mum's old watches, and they all need batteries. I've got a few batteries on a card here, so I got them out and I put one in one of mum's watches, and I thought, oh, that's going, that's fine. And when I went to look at it a bit later, it stopped, so I fiddled about and it went off again, and it went, and then it lost time, and I thought, oh, no. So I put a battery in another watch, and I've been wearing it since, and it's kept going, but I don't like it. I don't like the strap on my arm. It's one of these expandable things, and it hurts, but it's needs must. The thing is with my watch, I've never taken the back off. I've never fiddled with it because I've had it 25 years. It was given to me by an old boyfriend, and I've got the box and the price of it still, and it was bought in Harrods. It's nothing special. It's a stainless steel watch, but it's an everyday watch, and as I say, I've worn it every day for 25 years, so it's pretty good. And when I first had it, the battery went down. I went into Timpson's, and they had an offer on that for, I think it was £12. You paid a lifetime. So your batteries, whenever you went in with them, and with this card, they were free. So I've never paid for a battery since for it. So it was a good offer at the time. So I don't really want to start prizing the back off myself and finding that these batteries I've got here are no good. So that'll have to wait now. So that's that. Batteries back. Oh, and light bulbs. 2 light bulbs went yesterday. One in the lamp up here. I found I've got a replacement, but this up here is supposed to be a clear one, but the replacement is a white one. So the light is diffused, so it's not very good. So I've now got to get some new light bulbs, and in the cabinet here, which I use a lot, I've got little fluorescent tubes, and there's three in there, and 2 are different ones. One's a longer one at the top and the bottom, and the one in the middle is a shorter one. It's a shorter one that's gone. So I haven't got a replacement. So that's been out. So I've now got to get some, and of course supermarkets don't do them because they're special things. And I've got a wholesaler that I used to use quite a lot, but St Hayward's Heath. And until I can go out and make the journey over for 2 or 3 light bulbs. So that's a job that's got to be done at some point. So you get so frustrated you can't get these things done. So that was the light bulbs and the watch yesterday. I've just done my Joe Wicks. I didn't do it yesterday, but I did it today, just done my 10 minutes Joe Wicks. I just been doing a little bit of jigsaw, and when I got up I felt really stiff, and I thought, no, come on, let's go and do your Joe Wicks, nice and gentle, because I wanted to start to do some glossing, gloss painting, but then I thought, well, I haven't got an awful lot of time, and little one's going to be phoning me at 12:30. I don't want to be in the middle of painting when she phones me. So I thought, right, well, I'll do this first, and then I should be ready for her to contact me. Spoke to her yesterday. She was doing, I think she'd done maths and English, she'd done some writing, but she'd got art in the afternoon, and it was, she was going to have to draw her hand, but it had to be sort of 3D. So she showed me what it was going to look like. I said, oh, that'll be interesting. And then I said, well, when you've done it, if you do it, you do it fine, send me a video, a picture of it, which she did. So when I talk to her today, I'll ask her all about it, and ask her how she did it, because it looked really quite clever. So that'll be interesting to hear from her. I went up to Rachel's yesterday for tea. We had a roast. I'm just up there for an hour and a half. I collect my shopping and we had something to eat. Saw Francesca, so that was good. And I took the old hard drive up and plugged it into her computer, and we were looking at some of the old videos of when they were little. There was one of, when we were just absolutely laughing. Francesca with her school plays. She's saying, I don't want to watch that, but because we watched a couple and we laughed. And there was one of Alexandra, Francesca, and Emma down at the caravan when they were little. In the summer, I used to have them all down there for a week, and this was one of the times when they were all. Emma was quite small, so it's quite funny listening to the voices. So we were laughing at those. Had a few. So I've got to sort out what I'm going to do with all. The hard drive. Do I buy a new modern hard drive, or do I put them on a chip, or what? But at the moment, I haven't made a decision yet. So that was quite funny. That was quite funny at all. Telephone calls. I've had 4 telephone calls before 9 o'clock this morning. Amazon, BT's going to be cut off, and a guy wanted to insure my boiler. And I forgot, on the other one, nobody there. They put the phone down. And this is before 9 o'clock. Well, I don't normally answer my home phone because nobody rings me. I look to see if there's a number, and I've got 2 friends and I know their numbers. But the rest of the time I don't answer it. But at the moment, because we're waiting for this phone call from the doctors about the vaccination, I'm having to answer every phone call. So it's driving me mad. And since I've been back from the dogs, we got back about 10:15, I've had one phone call, and that was, again, Amazon. I think, I can't, I wish there was somebody there, because I would really like to tell them some. Forget it. What else? Oh, the other night, I meant to have said, I think it was Monday, there was a programme on, I see it on sometimes, Secrets of the Museum. And I thought, I'll watch that. And it's the V&A, and it's in the back, around the back of the back rooms and the vaults of the V&A. And they were going to be putting on a Mary Quant exhibition, so they were going through all their dresses that they were going to, sorting out what they were going to use. But they hadn't got a dress from the 1964, I think it was. So they put out obviously a Facebook or a media call, and somebody up north had got a dress which she sent down, and they were washing it and cleaning it because it got marks on it, and it was all to do with that. I mean, it was really interesting, and I thought, oh, Mary Quant. I'm sure I had a Mary Quant dress in the 60s, because 64 would have been the time I was dawdling about in those sort of things, just before getting married as a teenager. So I thought, yeah, I'm damn sure I can remember it. I'm sure I can remember it. It had black and white. I think it had flowers on it. So it was really interesting, and they got a Victorian Albert exhibition they were going to be setting up. Victorian Albert started the V&A Museum because they had so many lovely treasures, and they didn't know where to put them, so they had this built, and they were trying to find the earliest pieces they got, and they got an inventory, and there was said in the inventory a Chinese pen box or something. Well, they found one, and they think it's the one, the very first thing, or I think it's got a number on it. I think it's one of the first 2 or 3 exhibits that they had there. So they were getting it out and just checking it. And they were trying to work out how they could exhibit it, because it got a hinged lid and they wanted to have it open. So this guy was making a perspex base for it to sit on. Really interesting. I love all those programs, so that was really good. I enjoyed that. What am I doing today? Nothing much. I shall get on with the painting in a minute. I'll do a bit of glossing. I'll have little girl chat to me in a minute. Then I'll do lunch. Then I'll do a bit of glossing, and then it'll be dogs out for a walk. And then it'll be curtains drawn. It's dark. Tea. Sit down. I've been doing a little bit of my tapestry work. I did a bit last night because I managed to get some light colours in, so I can work that at night. I work the colours in during the day. I find an easy bit that I can follow at night, because it's very difficult with the dark colours. I did do a bit of black last night. I managed to follow that quite well, so I must have a look in a minute to see if I've missed any, and get my colours in ready for tonight. That's about it. I haven't had any phone calls from friends lately, so I hope you all have a good day. It's very murky out there, and then girl on the green said to me, oh, it's going to be pouring with rain tomorrow, the next couple of days will be pouring with rain. I thought, oh, cheery. Fine, okay. Well, I think I prefer it to be raining than to be snowing, because it's easier to get around in the rain than it is the snow. So, I hope you all have, as I say, have a really good day today. Smile, even though it's raining. Speak to you all tomorrow. Goodbye.